Now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
So I just had an amazing experience. I was traveling and I was in Pensacola, Florida. And I went to the National Naval Aviation Museum. Now check this out, whether you're into planes or not, planes are pretty dang cool. And this is the home of the Blue Angels here in the United States of America. And this is the largest naval aviation museum in the world. And you're saying, well, Phil, what does planes have to do with effective communication, right? I'm trying to deal with all these people issues and talking to them. And what do planes have to do with it? Well, I'm glad you asked. Phil Zeller, Effective Communication, welcome to the show. It's an honor, privilege to have you with us here today. So I'm at this museum, all right? I'm a guy. I'm still a guy, right? And I go to this museum, and there's all these planes, these amazing aircraft. And I walk into this museum, and being a guy, I want to go see the planes. It's like Tim the Toolman Taylor, grunting, right? Power, planes, cool. So I take off in this museum, and I just it blew me away right from the get-go, because most museums you go to, they have ropes or barriers so you can't touch the exhibits, right? Not in this museum. And it's the first thing that took me aback is like, you can walk right up to all these planes. You can walk underneath them, you can walk around them, you can look underneath them, and you could get up close and personal to them. And I thought, this is amazing. This is not what I'm typically used to going to a museum, to actually be this close and to be in the middle of this, to be able to touch it, experience it, see it. So I'm racing through this museum looking at these planes, and I'm just getting excited about it. And all of a sudden, over the loudspeaker, they announce there's going to be a 1 o'clock tour, a guided tour through the museum. Now, by this time, as you can imagine, me being excited like a kid in a candy store, here I am with all these beautiful planes with a lot of history. I'm running through this museum pretty quick looking at all these planes, but I'm missing something. And my brother was someplace else in the museum because we had just taken off our own separate ways when we got there, and just to go look, see, go do, right? And I call him up and say, hey, there's a 1 o'clock tour. Would you like to go? We can learn more about this stuff from somebody who actually really knows it. He goes, that'd be really cool. Let's do that. So we go to the 1 o'clock tour, and they group us all up in the front of the museum, and a very low-keyed senior gentleman comes up and says, hi, I'm Tom. Yep, I'll be giving the tour today. Glad you're here. And it's really low-key, really chill. And you're thinking, okay, how's this tour going to go, right? How exciting is it going to be? Because Tom is pretty dang chill. He's pretty low-key. And you're really going to have to pay attention, and you're going to have to bring the excitement. But all of a sudden, the tour begins. And it starts, and he's low-key, and he's giving a little background on the museum. And then we go into the museum where the planes are. And all of a sudden, boom! Tom explodes like fireworks. It was amazing. I watched this guy transform right in front of me. And I just watched the excitement and the animation and the twinkle in his eyes come out. And what was it? It was the storytelling. It was the stories that he started to tell of who was involved with these aircraft. Why this aircraft was so important, because what was done with this aircraft by people who did something with it, whatever it may be. And the amazing thing about it was, low-key Tom all of a sudden turned into a very interesting guy to listen to, because he was wrapped up in these stories. And he got very specific about the story behind the aircraft, the one that really impacted him. And so all of a sudden, you got to see which aircraft he really liked, but it was really because of the story tied to that aircraft is something I picked up. And it made for a really exciting tour. So the art of storytelling is so important if you want to draw people in. And what he did was, with each plane that had a backstory, he would tell the incident, what happened, as if you were there, and what was the person going through, and what was the struggle, and what was happening. When was this? Where was this? Why was this playing out this way? And he would tell the very specific story of what a person was going through with this aircraft or a group of people. And then from that, he would pull the insight of what they had to do. Well, the insight is they had to take an action, and what was it? And then lastly, he would share the relevance of why this was important in the history of naval aviation. And it really brought it together. So I have a recommendation for you. If you're in Pensacola, go to the National Naval Aviation Museum. You'll enjoy it. And you'll learn about watching somebody who's loving what they're doing by telling stories. And you can do the same thing and everything that you do. Now go make it happen.